In this video I'm going through the steps of making a finished gemstone, in this case a Madeira Citrine. First I will start with preforming the rough just by hand, taking off all the surface reaching cracks and forming the shape of the stone into a square. Okay, so next I will dop the stone onto a dopstick, and here are the tools that I use for that. Here's the dopsticks that I use on my machine, and a lighter, and the alcohol lamp, X-Acto knife. I'm just using this to roll the wax on a cone on top of this dop, and then some extra wax because there is not enough in this one, and then the stone, and I'm gonna use this transfer block to get the stone straight on this putty. I don't know what it's called in English, but yeah, I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna use another dopstick that is clean. Well, that's not clean. This one, there is a V, but doesn't really matter. Then I'm gonna put it here on the opposite side and test whether it's in the middle, and then it's a little bit wider one, so I can use it to set the table straight. Like so. And the important part is to get it centered so you don't grind away too much from another side if you got it off center. You can always, of course, take it off the top and re-center it if you find it off center when you start cutting. So it's set up, so you can take put that there, and get some extra wax on this. This is a little hard to do when I'm filming this because the camera is in front of my face, but I think it's okay. I'll put some extra here so there is enough to keep the stone topped. Some people use different kind of wax, but I have only used this green one, which is lower melting point, I think, but it has been good so far. Like so. So there is some extra wax on top of the top. Then I'm gonna place it here on the transfer block. Hope. I'm turning the wrong screw. Like so. And then this should be centered, and then I'm gonna heat a little bit the stone, not too much. I don't know if citrine is sensitive to heat. I think not. I haven't read that much about that. But if you heat it like slowly, I don't think there is a big risk of cracking the stone. Then I'm gonna heat the wax. And I'm doing this motion so the wax don't drop on the table. Oh, I don't know if you got that because I was off camera, but anyway. The wax is hot, but not that hot if you can touch it with your finger. Like that. And then I'm gonna heat it a little bit more so the wax will stick to the stone. You can see it kind of like flowing on the stone when it sticks to the stone. I hope my breathing sounds don't come through the microphone because I'm like literally next to the phone that I'm filming. Yeah, I think it looks good. It kind of like flows to the stone and sticks. And now I'm gonna let it sit for like 5 minutes or so, just to make sure that it sticks. Yeah. Okay. So it has been like 6 minutes or so. I'm gonna take it off the transfer block and put that there. And it kind of looks like it flow on top of the stone. It should stick. And then I'm gonna take my handpiece, this one, so I'm gonna place it on the 96 index, and then I'm doing a square brilliant, and I'm gonna place it here so that one of the square sides it's like perpendicular to the 96. So I'm gonna put it there. If I find that I'm just gonna like eyeball it there. If I see that I'm way off when I start cutting it, then I will just move it a little bit and start cutting. And my jitter is on 0. It doesn't really matter that much, but you just have to know where it is when you start. I like to put it on the 0. And yeah, the stone is now topped and on the handpiece, and I can start cutting. Okay, so the stone was not in the center, and when you cut to the same depth every facet, you will get this, that it's off center. It doesn't really matter if it's off center if you don't cut to the same height, but I like to do that when I'm cutting the pavilion of the stone, the bottom part. So I did off camera straighten it out, so it should be on the center now. And I'm gonna attach it back to the handpiece. And also when I started to cut the first facet, when I was doing these, I noticed that the design that I use, you have to put the stone like this and not like in the horizontal with the 96 index. So I will straighten, or I will tighten it there. Yeah, and I'm gonna start again. I finished cutting with the 320 rough lap. It's the roughest I have, and this like there's deep scratches, and it's just to get the right shape uh, as quickly as possible without damaging the stone. If you would use lower grit diamond disc on quartz, I would think it would do a lot of damage inside the stone, like under the facets. That will come up later, but 320, I think it's good. So now I will move to the 600 topper, which is finer, and I will do all the rest of the facets with that, and then I will move to pre-polishing with 3000 and a copper, and then I will polish with a cerium oxide and a dark side lab. But yeah, this is how the stone looks now. I will update my camera setup soon, but to get better quality video, but I think you can see it pretty well. Yeah. I finished cutting with the 600 grit topper lap, and I have all the facets from the bottom side, the pavilion of the stone, roughly there. And now I will move to the pre-polishing step with the 3000 grit diamond on a copper lap, and I'm gonna grind away all the deep scratches and make those meats final for the polishing stage.
You
didn't actually record the pre-polishing step, but the footage shown here is me polishing the stone using cerium oxide on a dark side lab. Okay, so the stone is now polished. It polished pretty well, even though my pre-polish was mediocre, so it took longer than I wanted it to take, but the stone turned out great. Now I will take it off the handpiece and then I will re-dop it or transfer it to another dop and do the crown, the top part of the gemstone. Okay, so the transferring, I placed the dop stick with the stone on the transfer block, and then I have another dop that has inside of a little concave thing. I don't know what it's called in English, but anyway, I will warm up this dop a little bit. Like so. And then place it there. And good way of securing the wax on the stone so that it doesn't melt before we want it to melt. I will take a piece of paper, like piece of paper towel like this, dip it in water and place it on the wax here, so it will shield it from the heat and it won't melt. Okay, and I will clean a little bit of this cullet point so there is no grease from my hands or anything that will weaken the bond of the wax so it sticks better. And then I will a little bit heat the stone, not much because I don't want the wax to melt from that side. I just want to melt this new dop stick and the wax. Oh, you don't wanna do that because it it's not good. It's a little bit hard to do this while I'm recording because, well, I'm not used to it. I hope I'm on the frame and not outside. Yeah, and then I will heat it a little bit. I will try to direct the heat to the new dopstick so that not much will transfer to the wax that we don't want to heat. And then I want to leave the girdle line visible so it helps when I'm doing the girdle on the top part of the stone. I hope this stays focused. My camera is not that great for this, but anyway. I'm just doing this motion to get even heat all over the wax. I think it looks great. And now I will just wait for 5 minutes. It has been 5 minutes, and you can take the both of the tops of the transfer block. Place that there. And then I will take the paper towel and I will switch it to the other side. I will put a little bit more water on it, and then I will stick it here to the side that we don't want to heat. Like that. And then I will heat this knife a little bit. And then peel away. There is like multiple ways you can transfer and top a stone. You can use like epoxy or glue, but I have only used wax and doing this my own way. So there's a lot of ways to do it, whichever suits your way of doing it. I just like this as this is pretty fast to do. You don't have to wait for like 24 hours to the epoxy to harden or stuff like that. Of course there are faster ones, and so, but let me take, I have tweezers here and I will hold this and heat it a little bit so the wax will melt and it will come off of the stone. Like so. And then I will just take a little bit of the old wax, so it doesn't really matter because you can grind it away, but I like to take the extra off like that. Okay, it should be good to go. And I will attach it to the handpiece. I will eyeball it first so that it's roughly there, and if it's there we go. If it's a lot off, I will just unscrew this and change it in my hand. But if it's a little bit off, I will use the cheater to adjust the position, and then I will mark in a paper or somewhere or in my head where is the new kind of 0, because this is just the reference numbering. The 0 doesn't really matter, it's just the reference point. And yeah, now I will do the crown, the top part of the stone. I finished the stone with the 600 and all the facets are there, but they are looking like I could probably go straight to polish. I will try that, and if it doesn't work, then I will add an extra step of pre-polishing. So yeah. The stone is now ready, and I will pop this into the freezer and it will come right off from the wax, and then I will do the final reveal. Okay, the stone is ready and I like the results, and I had no problem polishing the crown of the stone from 600 straight to the polishing with cerium oxide. And yeah, I think it looks great. It's pretty hard to take a video of it, but I hope it shows the brilliance.
I hope you liked the video. I certainly enjoyed making it. If you want to see more of my videos in the future, hit that subscription button and the bell icon to let me know. And of course, if you have anything you want to ask, you can send me a DM in Instagram or leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching.